Welcome to Your OC Sucks, the weekly podcast where we review and critique the best and the worst fan-created original characters from My Little Pony Fandom. This show is unscripted and unfiltered, so moderate language will be used. As well, this show can be a little heavy on the critique at times. That being said, if you were easily offended, don't watch. If not, feel free to join us for this week's show. This is episode 28 for September 12th, 2014. This week, we are cracking into a big old can of corn, straight from the farm. So grab some salt, butter, and a seat, and join us for this week's show, because it's going to be magical. My name is Mummified Thunderbirds, and I am the host, show manager. I am joined by...
Commander Sparkle, assistant project manager.
I'm Eddie Bobo. I'm in charge of gathering questions and viewer interaction.
I'm Soren, and I manage interaction with our ghostly visitors. Yeah.
Perfect. I feel like it's an apropos title for you.
He's our medium.
Yeah, I'm your psychic medium. Don't worry about it, guys.
Our
my God.
medium.
Oh!
So, as you probably couldn't decipher from that corn bit at the beginning, that actually means we're doing Unicorn this week. Despite what I said at the end of the last episode, I think I said Earth Pony, but I don't care. We're going in the same order that we did the last block, that we're doing this block. So fan art this week. I like the fan art we got this week.
Oh, really? I mean, you got
Yes.
some pretty swaggerific pieces. Like
I want to start this off by saying I am not cute. I am manly as hell, and I don't care what II-X-II says. Mums is an expert.
Oh
at
yeah,
bow ties.
it's so fucking cute.
I'm so cute. It's so adorable. I am not cute. I am a man.
It's fucking adorable.
I am manly as hell.
Look at that rainbow.
He's so bad.
Oh, also, something that we got this week was the Bronies 2014 by K the Man 1911, and I saw that, and I instantly was like, people think we're important enough. Like, look at all those ponies on that.
Some ponies.
But it's just the fact that, like, I know people like us. Like, it's kind of obvious at that point that we have a fan base, people like us, but it's the fact that there's some people in the fandom that hold us in such high regards, as much like as to say as far as even close to.
To put us in a picture with.
Fine enough, Mums.
Like,
it's like you're
Saber.
saying that people hold us to a high regards as you hold to a high regards the people that you think are...
People are putting us on a pedestal, while I put other people on a pedestal higher than us. But people are telling me that our pedestals are the same.
And then you realize that we're all on the same pedestal and nothing matters.
Then you realize that the world is flat.
But
what?
But who's going to be crafting all these pedestals? Do you guys have a marble smith? I'm confused.
We have a Marble John.
Great, now I gotta go make an OC that's a marble smith. People keep requesting.
It's going to become your... It'll become your new waifu.
We can make a theme out of that.
Marble smith ponies.
Other fan art.
Other fan art.
Mummified, you got some pretty nice pieces this week, including your rainbow-powered mustache. Oh my god. That thing is beautiful.
It's epic. I feel like some Japanese, like, wind god just sitting there letting it, like, blow in the breeze. I kind of half expected to be doing that, like, Oh, no! It's totally doing Celestia's, like,
it totally fucking
wave in the ethereal wind
the ethereal
thing.
Wind.
You and me, Mummified,
it's not
both
even
got
like
got one piece each from Sand Tomb, 145, and can I say that I really like mine? It's really cute. I really like a winter setting, like, way too much. And this is way too fucking cute.
It is cute.
Like scarves, yes. Also, we got more from Satan Velvet.
Satan Velvet.
Satan Velvet. They all maintained a nice rhythm except for mine and Soren's.
Oh, shush.
Calm and having a good time.
Oh,
quite astounded, quite dumbfounded. I got art. Cool. I'm glad.
I totally made the calm and sweet mummified thing. I totally made that my fun background.
Speaking of us, Satin Velvet, and well, speaking of Satin Velvet, they did the Discorded Thin of Us, which
Yeah. Stop your whining. Stop.
I'm sad. I'm really sad. Why am I so
Speaking of
sad?
Satin Velvet,
Because I'm yelling at you. I'm
they also did
not
another
accepting
piece
your
of
life
us.
choices.
Jesus Christ!
Jesus.
Oh,
Of us
that
getting a
is...
nice show.
That's not what I meant by accessories. That's...
I'm just liking how everyone's
Uh,
like, and Touchpad's like, yeah.
Oh...
I love how the bands are around your horn.
Does that mean she wins a goldfish?
If that means she wins your heart.
I ship it.
Oh my god.
We also got one from Turtle Wolf.
Turtle Wolf.
Same person who did Smooth as a Changeling, except for she did all 4 of us.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah. Physical mediums.
And someone
guys.
finally got my personality
Cool stuff.
really well. I'm sleepy.
Yeah, yeah.
He's always sleeping.
I don't know how they didn't get it when we have a video of us live and you're just laying down.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So I think that about wraps up fan art for the week.
Sweet. So, I mentioned it last week that the we have a big old giant block that we're planning for species this week. So we're gonna start it off with right off the bat, easy, quick, 3 episodes. We're gonna do unicorns, Pegasus, and Earth ponies first, just like we did last time. And then we're gonna go into Alicorn, and then we're gonna mix it up a little bit after that. We're gonna expand upon this block and do other species. Now, right now we have a couple of OCs that we can, or a couple of episodes we can get off by having they're able to fill in because we have enough of OCs to fill that episode. But there are some species that we haven't quite filled in yet. But we'll get into those details more. All you need to know now is that this is going to be the first episode in a big giant block of episodes that probably will take us out till almost the end of the year. And I'm kind of excited about that. We're planning out ahead of time, and we're actually doing things.
Oh my god!
We're planning things so we're not stressing out at the last
Guys,
second.
what's our theme? What's the theme?
We'll have that all ready to go and set.
That actually happened way too many times.
Unicorns this week. Let me roll the die of fate. It rolls a 4, so that means...
So that's me, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is Chocolat. I believe that's how they want you... No, Chocolate. Sorry. This is Chocolate. From Pi is Awesome 3123. I totally agree with that statement. And,
I love the fact that Soren wants Pi is Awesome 3123 to be his good OC this week.
yeah. Her cutie mark is this pencil over a chocolate bar. I'm not really sure why. The chocolate represents her passion for chocolate and how she works so well with it. The pencil represents her talent for art, drawing, etc. So I'm assuming it's a dual talent cutie mark. The thing that made me put this in the goods was not necessarily the backstory, though. This is definitely a visual OC for me. Because if you look at the main here, it's really like this... Goddamn. It's like this soft purple combined with this sort of more hard-hitting, darker purple, and it looks really neat. The one thing, it does kind of look like a pure white body to me from where I'm looking at it, but then again, I'm not going to complain on this one because I think it kind of fits with the shade of purple, the lighter shade of purple that they took in the main. Since this lighter shade of purple almost looks like it has some sort of gray or like a more white undertone to it, I think it fits really well, especially with these sea green eyes. For some reason, it's really fitting together for me, these colors. And I mean, the mane and tail, they may be a little generic, but I mean, shit, it works for me. I really like what's going on visually for this OC. It's really a treat for my eyes. And the pie jokes, they fly. Alright, and, well, also chocolate is okay. So,
That's what I was.
yeah, I
about.
fucked that up. So she lives, or was born in Manhattan, and her current residence is in Ponyville. Her job is a baker at Sugar Cube Corner, so I'm assuming that's why she has the cutie mark of chocolate. She must be really good at working with either baked goods or, like, sugar-based products, especially chocolate. And the only thing I really have a problem with on this one is the dual typed, or the dual cutie mark. I would like to see it explained in better detail. Like, did she get them both at the same time? Which wouldn't make very much sense, because drawing, or art and drawing with chocolate, I'm kind of confused. So the only thing that really gets me with this one is, like, why dual cutie mark? That's not okay. If it was just chocolate, that would be kind of cool. I could see her actually fitting in the regular universe, because she looks the part, and she would play the part then. So, go ahead.
I like the lavender, light lavender color that she has in the main, but I feel that the mixture of what looks like a black outline and a deep plum are too contrasting for the actual main. I think that if they either made the lavender a little bit darker and made the plum a little lighter, both at the same time, or made the plum really lighter or the lavender really darker, that would work. But find some way to bring those two colors closer together, and I think it'd be better, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But other than that, I do like what this artist has done for shading, though it is pixels, I guess, or based off of a base or something like that. I think that what they added with the shading effect looks pretty nice.
I think it's pretty good.
It's an interesting take.
I like one of my bigger complaints is like the cutie mark, because like someone was saying, I sort of wish that they would explain it a little bit more, because it says, like, she has a passion for chocolate and how she works so well with it, but she has a talent for art and drawing, and she works as a baker at Sugar Cube Corner. But I feel like if you're going to have a dual cutie mark, you need to have a cutie mark story that makes sense for why you have said dual cutie mark. I mean, at least that'll make your character significantly better, in my opinion. I feel like it doesn't, like, aesthetically, the two of them kind of just don't really work together. Like, it's literally just a pencil on a bar of chocolate.
Yeah, originally I had thought it was like a strange, like, leather-bound notebook or something. But then I was like, wait, Choco Latte, this thing's gotta be like chocolate. And then I looked further into it, and hey, it's not a notebook.
Yeah.
Well, in her defense, she used to be an alicorn, so this is a big
influence. I will give her that. She has revamped her OC and made it better by taking away the alicornness. If this was, like, just an artist pony, the color palette, I think, is pretty good. I do think that, because that definitely looks like a pure white, so that bugs me a little bit. Just make it slightly cream. Just add a slight bit to at least distinguish from the eyes.
There's nothing wrong with a pure white in this setting.
There is something wrong with it. Any character in the show, or any time they have white that's not in the eyes, if it's on a character, it's just slightly off white, so you can, or else you can't determine where the eye.
Except for Nurse Redheart.
Except for Nurse Redheart is the one exception.
The one exception, yeah. Much like Rainbow Dash is the one exception for having a rainbow mane. I agree with Commander with this, although I disagree with how. What color did you say you wanted?
I mean, it's just like literally just like it's just a slight cream, or just something to make it like a few points off on the scale. That's the point.
I'd say.
I think it would look better if it was just slightly brown, just a little brown.
I'd say go with rarity or shining armor. Apparently they're not pure white, and I did not know that.
Nope.
So
They're not.
the more I know.
Yep.
But make her like that.
Yeah, I feel like if it was like that, that would be no problem, and I'd go right ahead for that. And then also the colors in the main, like we were mentioning, they sort of clash. I do really like the lavender. I love lavender. It's one of my favorite colors, and I like the way that the eyes contrast and sort of like go out, like pop a bit from that. I think that changing that coat color just a bit will make everything pop better. And I feel like another reason why having the pure white is so obtrusive on the eyes is because it's just a white background. So it just sort of blends in.
Yeah.
It just looks
Yeah,
like
it's
they
just
forgot
like
to
this-
color it in.
This glaring white that's just kind of up in your face with the back. Maybe change up the background a little bit too. But I mean, that's more of an art thing. So
I like her mane, specifically how it has a nice color balance to it.
You like that contrast?
Huh?
You like how dark it is with how light it is?
Yeah, I like how the light part is the very main part because her coat is also a very light color.
I feel like part of maybe why it doesn't sit as well with you mummified is because of the outline. I feel
Exactly.
I think that's why you're getting that feeling of it doesn't work, because it just sort of it's dark enough that the outline when you're getting close to it does, depending on your viewing angle, sort of just messes with the colors and stuff like that. Like I don't think it's an awful contrast. I wish that they the lavender was a little bit darker, and the plum just a little bit lighter, just to sort of bring it closer together. But I think the colors on just the pure color basis are fine together.
That's probably the only thing I'd tweak, along with making the coat not pure white.
dual cutie mark, please do something with it. Honestly, the pure white, yeah, take it out. That outline on the mane is the one of the other things that was brought up, and I'm seeing it now, and I'm like, yeah, but there's nothing wrong with the eyes and the main colors of the primary colors of the the main colors of the mane here. There's absolutely nothing wrong with any of that. I chose this OC for my good this week because it was really good for my eyes. Like, my eyes were drawn to this OC. It wasn't necessarily presented in the best way possible with this white background, but still, just the combination of colors that were done here were really good. But
I think it just has that potential to. You sort of saw that.
Yeah, so these eyes are really they're really catching my interest.
Let's move on to the next one. Roll the dice. Rolls a 1. So that means it's my turn. This week, I brought Scattered Notes. That is, I believe, a birthday gift. It was a birthday gift to Hippie Cat, made by somebody of Hippie Cat's OC. So just wanted to clarify that little bit of a backstory. I really like this character. I found it, and I really like the fact that it is so bright and sunny, and the contrasting colors with it really are what drew me in. But we'll get to that in a second. I want to start off with backstory. So, like I said, Scatter Notes, her cutie mark, as you can tell on the picture, is a scroll and a feathered pen. Its meaning, which, by the way, thank you for putting in a meaning behind the cutie mark, because you can a couple of times in the show, we've talked about how it's like, okay, the cutie mark is this, and her talent is this. Well, how do these mix? I don't understand the thing. But in this case, we're able to, actually see what you're meaning by it. It's resembling her mind and thoughts. She has so many new ideas, she barely has time to write them all down. She's a younger mare. The positive thing about her personality is that she's optimistic, creative, and always trying to cheer others up. Unfortunately, she also comes off as spazzy, airheaded, and ditzy. When she gets depressed, it's really bad and usually needs someone to help her out of that funk. And I think we can all kind of agree with those times where we're just down in the dumps and kind of like, nobody likes me. And then it's like, oh no, dude, come on, let's go do something. And they're like, oh, people actually like me. Oh my god. Her bio is that she is very optimistic, if not spastic. She played video games since Phillyhood, and still does to this day. It seems very full and fleshed out, but not giving out so much information. And I feel like I'm sounding a lot like Medi at this point, but still. It's a very nice OC with a good backstory. I like her colors. It's very monochromatic, but yet not... It doesn't, like, drown in just the one color. You got those little bits of blue that just...
Yeah, the blue really pops in this piece, in this character.
Pop?
Props for being able to do a yellow monochromatic pony without it looking, like, in your face, like, saturated and awful. I think the colors are really good on the pony, and that's probably one of my favorite things.
Guys, hot off the press here. Alright, she comes up with elaborate and fantastic stories on the spot.
Okay, could you put that in her character sheet then?
Yes. It's in her character sheet. Don't you see it? At time of recording, it's not in the character sheet. But by the time this episode comes out, it totally is.
This, like, straw in the body was a really good choice, going with the lighter yellow. I'm thinking about how it would look with the mane and the body switched, and I'm just like, no. That makes me, like... and, like, yeah, this lighter yellow really fits, and the cutie mark almost has the color of, like, aged parchment, so it looks really neat since the scroll works so well against the body. And the blue eyes, they're very brilliant, but they also work, so there's nothing wrong with that. I don't see much wrong with this OC. Just pretty cool chick, yo.
Like, one thing that is really cool about this, like, bio is it's only 3 lines long, but you totally get that feeling.
Yeah.
Because you can easily just go and look at the gallery and, like, see all these characters and read about them as well, which is, I think, is a really cool thing. Like, if you want to build, have, like, your characters be in the same universe and, like, be connected, I think this is a really good way to, like, sort of do it by, like, just, like, having them all be related and stuff like that.
That's about it for my time, I guess. 2. So, moving on to Commander.
This is Water Sparkle by Rosie Posey. Her sort of talent is, and what she does is she's a, like, kind of a waterbender kind of pony. Likes to manipulate water and do tricks, and sort of combines this with dancing and sort of does, like, water dances and stuff like that. So she's has that bit of a performer vibe to her. She can, at times, her ego's a little bit big. She doesn't take criticism terribly well. Totally shouldn't have submitted her then, because she's not going to like us. But most of the time, she can be pretty friendly, but she tends to be a little bit shyer around stallions. Now, the artist does mention that she, like, they wanted to include eyeshadow on the character, but they forgot to. The eyeshadow would be the same color as the star diamond in the center of the cutie mark, though, so if you want to have that in mind. Just really quickly, I really love, like, this character's, like, mane and tail and just aesthetics. They're just really, like, appeasing and beautiful.
I like is this necessarily a gradient, or is it just an alternate color that's kind of blended in on the hooves? It's really cool where it transitions from light into dark, and just in this specific medium, this art medium. I don't know what they really used because I'm not art smart, but the way it blends in is really cool. I gotta say, keep the eyeshadow out. That I'm thinking about how it would look. I'm envisioning it, and it doesn't. No.
You said it was the lighter blue?
Yeah, from the cutie mark. I really would not like that, because honestly, I really like this darker blue, and I like the way the light blue transitions into the dark blue, but once it goes up, to the dark blue, I don't want it being interrupted again by that light blue. I don't know why. I'm just kind of like, the light blue is done. Leave it over there. Leave it under there. I don't know. But she looks really pretty that way. The mane, the color is a little, like, it fits, but the color seems a little, like, it's sort of like, you look to the body and you see blue, and then you look to the mane and you see blue. It's kind of like, I don't know how to explain it other than that. Like, I get...
Are you talking about like the fact that it's a solid blue and then it goes into more of a deeper, darker greenish blue?
Yeah. I guess it's just that it's sort of a blue going more into like the darker, like even black spectrum. It's really hard to explain what I'm trying to say, but maybe change the blue a little bit. Right now it fits fine, but
Which
the one in the main, something about it is telling me that if it was changed, it's good, but it could be better. I don't know what, but this.
I disagree, but I can see what you mean.
Yeah.
As for the whole eyeshadow thing, I think due to the fact that the posing, or at least the position of the eye, since it's so large and
It's
wide
like
and
dominance
open,
of the head.
putting any eyeshadow behind it would be just too much. But if you ever have it in like a halfway open eye, or a sultry eye position, or something like that, having it with a little bit of eyeshadow behind it could work. But if you added eyeshadow to this, then the eye would be just way too fucking big.
Yeah, it is a really big
Like, the eye is pretty big right now,
it's
but
really a cute eye, but it's a big eye.
I like ponies that have gradients to their hooves.
Yeah, but this one especially is just really getting me. It's really cute.
I think that it was just really done well. I feel like it fits the character. I don't know why I feel like it fits the character.
Maybe it's to symbolize the waves breaking on the coastal shores as it turns from a deep, dark ocean blue to a seafoam white foam as it strolls across the sand.
That was actually pretty deep.
I like Cutie Mark. Is a cute cutie mark, and even though doesn't really explain what it actually kind of does. Her special talent's kind of been explained a little bit. It definitely leaves a little to the imagination, but that's perfect because a cutie mark isn't exactly supposed to be a perfect representation. It's supposed to be kind of like a this is this or that thing, that kind of thing. It looks nice.
My talent is tying ties. Thank you very much. That is exactly my talent.
Man, you are a boring horse. Her horn's a little long for a unicorn. Not sure if that's just the artist style or if it's supposed to be longer, like Fleur-de-Lis. But
I feel like since it wasn't
Fleur-de-Lis does
specifically
not have
said, it's just they probably just have a normal pony horn. It's probably just the piece or the style.
Excuse me, sir.
Not to mention the neck is super
It's
thin.
Fleur-de-Lis. I like how with the so she's sort of like a waterbender, yeah. In the show, I'm stupid, but waterbending is supposed to be like one of those arts that's like Tai Chi. I'm not sure which one it's supposed to be exactly, but it's one that uses more fluid motion because water, obviously, and it replicates water. And with dancing, it kind of works, because to be a dancer, you have to be fluid in your motion. Well, it does really depend on what kind of dancing you're doing. Like, obviously, if she's river dancing or, like, tap dancing, that's not it, but... Anyway, I'm imagining her doing, like, this very liquid, very flowing dance, and it's very beautiful. It's very calming to my mind.
Oh yeah, and with this color palette, I mean, there's just a very cool and calm, like, vibe that you get from this character, which I think is really awesome, and I love it. And also, tying into the whole water and flowing thing, I feel like the mane fits perfectly. Like,
oh yeah,
it's really great. Because I mean, there's all these squiggles and stuff that just sort of flow back and forth, and I imagine in the wind, this mane is just flying all over the place, being all flowy, and the lines in it kind of give it another like an extra dimension of flow or an extra like layer of that added onto it.
But on the gradient parts you guys mentioned before, I personally just don't like it. I'm not a fan of gradients in the coat, mainly because it just doesn't make sense to me unless like she's been in water so much it's distilled her coat. I don't know if hair works that way.
I don't know if hair works that way. Yeah, and I normally don't really like it, but it just feels good. It's weird.
Manny never likes anything, so it's fine.
Another thing, think about if the coat color was this primary coat color, like the whole thing was this deeper blue, or the whole thing was this lighter blue. If the whole thing was the lighter blue, she'd look like Rainbow Dash's coat, because that's what it kind of reminds me of. If the whole thing was this deeper blue, it would be, to me, it seems like it would be very boring. This gradient is kind of the piece that actually makes this pony for me. If it were any other way, I would be like, this one's not that great, but this gradient is actually doing a lot for me.
It's really cute. I really love the sort of theming, and it feels like there was a lot of thought put into the character. Also, those ears are fucking adorable.
Cool. Well then, that's all we have for that one. Moving on to the last piece. Maddie, tell us what you brought this week.
Well, I brought in this week a pony by Revka Hunt. Her persona, or pony-sona, Cyberbrush. And I should say beforehand that Rev is one of our friends, so... Anyways, Cyberbrush is Rev's pony-sona, specifically. It's the one that's supposed to represent her the best.
Rev doesn't look anything like this. This does not look like...
No, this is exactly what Rev is. Like, I've seen pictures. This is her.
At least
this is her.
The best.
Oh. Well, she does have that tail.
Shut the fuck up, Moms.
Yeah, that's the part.
Anyways,
go on.
Her special talent is that she's able to draw things, but they do, with her magic, they come to life, and she's not the best at it, but she's able... she created most of her creations fizzle way after a certain amount of time, except for one that she created that she really liked, and she magically keeps him alive, basically, I guess is the way. Every day she, like, reinforces the magic on him. She's kind of a carefree, tomboyish type of personality. She has an attitude from time to time, and she's very thick-headed sometimes. But usually when she sees someone getting bullied, she has a protective urge inside of her, and she normally goes to help them, which is nice of her. Also, the necklace that she's wearing, it's relates kind of to her backstory. She was getting picked on a lot for not having a cutie mark, basically being a blank flank, kind of like what we've seen it before in the show. So she went into the woods and found this wolf pup that had I believe it's her pet wolf, and it helped her get through the struggles and stuff. So that's why there's a wolf in her cutie mark. It's personality related, but at least, like, with this being personality related, it still, like, represents her special talent, the ability to bring drawings to life. Even though, on the other part, this cutie mark is way too detailed for me.
Yeah, I love you, Rev, but...
Yeah, Rev, you have a great style, but please drop all the detail in here. Like, you don't need outlines in the things, except for an outline in the pen, but you don't need to detail the pen. Don't make the wolf's eyes white, just make them transparent.
Yeah, like, put the body color coming through the eye.
Yeah.
Well, I was kind of talking to her about this when she was making this, and I was like, yeah, make it like a silhouette. And she's like, okay, but I'm like, no, not lines in silhouette, like actual silhouette, because that would look pretty neat, yo. And just an empty eye. It would look almost like a family crest or something, and it would look really cool and badass.
Yeah, because I mean, overall, there's nothing really like overly complex about the character aside from that. So it sort of is just so contrasting that it kind of detracts from the character. Like I wouldn't recommend it no matter what. But if the character has a lot going on and is just a very detailed character in general, you can get away with it a little bit more. There's a little bit more room for leniency. But with something as simple as this, it's not even a two-tone hair color, for instance. It's just a very sort of monochromatic pony who has like a necklace, and then a very like detailed cutie mark, which I feel is more detailed than the rest of the pony, honestly. Aside from that, I mean, I feel it's a pretty good pony. I'm trying to figure out how I feel about the colors of the hoodie. I think that they definitely work good together. I'm trying to figure out what my opinion is on how they work with the rest of the pony, but
I don't like the fetlocks. They don't work with this pony for me. They're very like masculine looking fetlocks to me. I don't think they fit very well with the pony. On the rest of it, I'm really playing bad guy on this one. Let me preface this by saying there's nothing wrong with the backstory. I like how she brings her drawings to life. It kind of breaks away from the same old of, oh, this pony's special talent is drawing. This pony likes to draw. This one draws. It's like, well, yeah, that's overdone. We get it. It draws. But this one brings her drawings to life. The colors, the eye, the coat, and the mane all seem very dark to me. It's very dark and foreboding. Like, when I look at this pony, the colors get me really, like, I'm just like, it's dark. That's all I have to say. There's nothing more I can say. I would say, lighten it up a little bit, maybe. I mean, obviously, who am I to say what you should do to your pony? But I would like to see a light color somewhere. Coat, mane, or eye, because they all seem very, very dark and very toned down.
I honestly, I like the colors for the most part. I can't really, I mean, I'm trying to think.
How dare you speak against me?
You know that I have the say-all on this.
The say-all?
Exactly.
I am the grand king of OC creation.
But, as sort of a counterpoint to the whole fetlock thing, I am personally not one for fetlocks. I don't really like fetlocks. However, you said that you felt it didn't fit with the character. I would counter that with the fact that they talk about how they're very tomboyish, and that they talk about how Rev says how the body size and the body type is sort of between the standard mare and standard stallion. And I feel like it adds to that sort of gruff tomboy feeling by having fetlocks.
Well, true. I didn't say it didn't fit in with the character. I just said personally I didn't like it. If I did say that it didn't fit in with the character, I was wrong in saying that.
I totally get the not liking fetlocks thing.
Well, just like this particular case. Like, they can work, but, forget it.
Well, I think it's a really cute OC. I like the colors. I like how Rev does character sheets specifically because they're really nice and they show a lot of detail and a lot of care. Also, I really like the little beauty mark on her upper lip. That's also really adorable. Also, I like the eyes.
Didn't even realize it.
Cool.